welcome back everybody. This episode we're going to be doing a little project. As you know, since 1.3 came out and items that clump together despawn within the 5 minutes, I've been getting a lot less drops from in here, especially the gunpowder, which I need. So I'm going to make a system. I'm using ice. Ice will be involved, and I got a whole bunch of other materials to get these items from here up to here within 5 minutes so that I can collect them. They're closer, and that's the plan. Etho originally suggested it a while ago, but he hasn't done anything about it yet, so I'm going to come up with my own solution based on his findings. The problem is where I want to put that. This is in the way. Well, we'll deal with that after we do the initial planning. I think I can make it work that I can get the items to come out in the corner here from this direction, and I've dug a hole which avoids everything, and it comes down to the bottom here. Now the problem is, well, it's not really a problem, but I have to move this door over there, not a big deal. Now the thing is, this is the slime farm and everything drops right about here. I don't want to open this just in case mobs fall out, but we're gonna have to channel all the items from there and the other mob tower. We're gonna channel it all to here and then up here. So first, let's lay out that tunnel system, use the ice, get some water going. Alright, this is turning out to be a lot more work than I thought, but I have this set up. What will happen is this piston will retract, and then this one, and that's where the items will come down. So the items will fall onto here, and then back in that hole there will be a water source, which will push everything all the way down here, and the other side will meet up at this location too. Then I'll have a water source here, which will push everything into this square right here. And then I'll have to use a little bit of room. We're interfering with a little bit of circuitry here from the slime farm, but that should be easily reassigned. And that's where we're at so far. So let me finish up this tunnel on both sides, and then we'll see what we can do here. What was I thinking when I started this project? This here is the tunnel that everything will come up, and there's a piston under here, and when that's activated, this whole thing will be covered up. This will be turned off. The water will flow out here down this ice to this spot, and these two blocks here will retract, and all the items will end up right there in the corner. I think that's my current plan. And I'll show you the tunnel that I've built. I call it a tunnel, but it's more of a vertical tunnel. And I think that ice melted. That's not good. I hate dealing with water. Water and its stupid currents. Okay, I don't know why it was falling in here. It looks like that ice melted. Where's the lighting coming from? Nothing. Do these give off heat? Like, why would that melt? Anyway, here's the vertical tunnel. Let me see if I can get down in here. That's what it looks like. A little ender ball down to the bottom of it, so you can see. There's no wiring yet. But what will happen is each piston will fire. Once these items come here, all the pistons will fire all the way up, forcing up the items. So any item, as you know, that's in a block, if you put a block there, they get pushed upward, and they'll be pushed all the way up to the top. So now I have to figure out this wiring. Alright, this project is on hold. It doesn't work for some reason. I don't know what the scoop is, but it's not working the way it's intended. If I put in some stuff in here, like I'll throw all my ender pearls in there, put that back, and then if I do this, that should have pushed them up one, and then that should push them up another. That one shouldn't have been lit, but they're not going upwards. Hold on, I'll just rip this out because it needs to be changed anyway. See that? Okay, that time it worked. That doesn't make any sense. Every single time I've gone up like 6 blocks and it doesn't work. Maybe it doesn't work. I just stepped in here to get them, and they're actually not here. That's the problem. Is this a visual glitch? They're down at the bottom. Doesn't make any sense because I tested this in single player and it worked just fine. Here we are in my single player world. Here's a pit. If I throw 16 blocks of that in there, turn on the switch, and then slowly as I go, do one piston at a time, what happens is it gets pushed up to the top. Look, just like that. And it's not a visual glitch either. I just picked it up. I don't know why it's not working in the multiplayer world. Super annoying. Maybe I need to do a system like this where they're all on one side instead of alternating sides. Okay, we're back in the multiplayer world on the Pixel Sun. I've rigged it up straight line. Here we go. Toss all my ender pearls in there. Put this wall back, and here we go. So I'll do it the same way I did, progressively just going up the tower, and hopefully on the top will be all of the ender pearls. Okay, so we see them. Are they actually there? Okay, victory. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, now I'll complete this column. I've wired up another 6 layers of pistons the new way. I'll throw all these guys in there, plop this up, press the button per se, and you can hear them go up one after the other. It's through this spiral that it's triggered all, and each layer goes to the next layer, and out comes the top, the stuff. Alright, now just to continue this crazy pattern all the way up. It's quite the spiral, and it's a lot of redstone. But it'll be fun when it's done, right? So the new wiring seemed to work. It worked in testing anyway. Let me throw some ice, a sign, and gunpowder in there. Empty bucket. Okay, so that's all in there. And the switch is currently just here. And it goes up the tower. Let me go up top and I'll show you. It is not the easiest to get up there, that's for sure. Yep. We're almost there. Oh. Thank God for feather falling 4 boots. This is definitely not the maintenance tunnel. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, so at the top, and what do we got? All of our stuff? Yep, perfect, so it works. So now I just gotta put in the water supply here, and it will pump it out there, but the hard work is done. That's quite a lot of redstone. Alright, this project is done for the day. I got 2 switches. This switch puts the items into the pool of water. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. But anyway, you just hit that for a second, and then you hit this. And then wait patiently. And up out of here should come all the items that the mobs dropped. Look at that. That worked pretty good. And you just turn it off and it goes back to normal. I've only done the one side so far, so it's a little messy currently. The top switch that we hit first comes down here, which triggers this. This is where all the mobs drop. If I do that, pulls that out and the items go down. And then when you take it out, puts the block back. And then you hit the second switch, which goes to here first, and then it covers this up so that this tower will go all the way up. It's been a long day. I'm not very good at explaining things right now. So that's it for today. I'll finish it up. I didn't do the other side, but let's go on to do something else. Like I said in the last video, I'm tired of these guys and their stupid town meetings. So I'm taking this building down, all the way to the ground. They did not like that. Oh, they're panicking. You guys find a new place to live. There. Done. Live with it. Look at him. Look at him scurrying around. Alright, what I might do is maybe in the next episode I'll rebuild that thing. Just to see if they mosey out throughout the town, and then I'll rebuild it and see if they end up going back. Maybe I should do some research onto dynamics of housing. To the ground. I just came over here to visit Dragon because he's currently doing a live stream, which I've muted because he is just too crazy that I can't get a word in edgewise. So I came in to visit his house, and I realized that on my videos I've never been to his house. He doesn't have a really good viewing spot for his house. Let me get up on a thing here. It's basically a dragon with dragon horns. I think he's inviting me to go onto Ventrilo and talk with him. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. That's it for today's episode, guys. See you tomorrow.